Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? Hope everyone is doing pretty good. This is the 6th day of Eagles training camp. Okay? This is the second day the Eagles have pads, full pads on, which is good. And we get to the nitty gritty of everything. Things are going to get more serious now. I mean, we got the Hall of Fame game tonight, so we actually have football tonight, which is great. And then pretty much after that, like, we're just going to be waiting for Eagles training camp. I mean, we're going to be streaming probably every day until like the first preseason game, and then after that, we're probably going to diet down a little bit and do normal streams in the week. So today we should be hearing from Michael Clay, the special teams coordinator. That's who we should be hearing from first at 9:40, I think. 9:40, yes, and then we'll have practice at 10. So I did not stream the other day when they moved the practice up from not 10 to 8 or 10 to 9, whatever. I had some things to do in the morning. It kind of got in the way of some things I was doing. So I just wanted to just let everybody know why I didn't stream on the 5th day of Eagles training camp. Just let everybody know. So let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We got KGK. What's going on, buddy? Antonio Holmes, what's going on, brother? So, yo, what's up, Joey? What's going on, man? Chris, what's going on, dudes? Just finally get a chance to see the live. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you finding the time. Appreciate it so much. Shaw's Band says, yo, what's going on? Shakes, what's going on, buddy? It's John in here. Jimbo's in here. So now things start to get a little bit more serious, okay? Now, the Eagles waived Danny Gray the other day. They signed another wide receiver. I can't even pronounce his name because it's like one of the most hardest names to pronounce. We actually had him during, I think, minicamp for a day, and then we waived him and then picked up running back Keelan Robinson off waivers. So Danny Gray, I guess this finger injury just hasn't been good. Vic Fangio, from even hearing from him the other day, was interesting too, because I feel like it's not that he doesn't have any faith inside this cornerback position right now, but he pretty much said, I mean, he said that Keely Ringo is doing fine, and Adoree Jackson's really getting put to the test, okay? He didn't get re-signed in Tennessee. He didn't get re-signed in New York with the New York Giants, and now coming to the Eagles, like, it's either put up or shut up for him, realistically. You know what I mean? I think us Eagle fans are very impatient when things are going on because we kind of want to see some production right now. And now since the pads are on going to the second day today, you're hoping to see that, with some of these players. He mentioned that the edge rushing position, no one's really surfacing. I know Azeez Ojulari made a play a couple days ago. I know that Joshua Uche took over the other day. 2 days ago for the 5th day of Eagles practice for Nolan Smith that's out with a concussion right now. The edge rushing position is going to be a big one too. You know what I mean? So ever since really the departure of Josh Sweat, you're hoping big year for Nolan Smith, big year for Jalen Sutton, especially they put him in the rotation so late in the season, and then once we got to the playoffs, he flourished pretty good. Excited for Azeez Ojulari, Joshua Uche, that Agba guy, the 30-year-old edge rusher that we signed right before camp. There's a lot there. And I think other than the starters, I think Joshua Uche, is going to be really the guy this year that's going to make a lot of noise. Okay. Joshua Uche could rush. Okay. He had double-digit sacks a couple years ago with the Patriots. He was signed middle of the year last year. He was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. He didn't play in the Super Bowl, but Spags kind of had him as a healthy scratch the rest of the year after a couple of weeks because he really couldn't learn the defense. It's hard to get traded middle of the season to any team, especially in a different scheme. And Uche just really couldn't catch up at that point. Okay. Just imagine getting traded middle of a season. Jahan Dotson got traded to the Eagles right before the season started, and he was playing catch up the entire year. So just imagine at the trade deadline, week 9, getting traded to a team and trying to catch up on what you need to do, So a lot was talked about that. And yeah, I mean, Jordan Davis news as well. Jordan Davis is another one where, he's lost, he's down to 330 pounds. He was at 350 something pounds. And Fangio did mention about, getting lower. You're losing weight, you're getting more leaner, you're losing some fat, like I said, getting more leaner. And now, now it's more, technique now, with him. So I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to do fine. He had a batted down pass. He had a sack on Jalen Hurts. I mean, he was pretty productive. He's been pretty productive in this camp. I think one player that's been very, very, very productive, and yeah, Jahad Campbell, the hype is real. Okay. Tackling Saquon Barkley at the flat, and then Goddard gets a pass middle of the field, lays him out on the field. I mean, that was great. That was awesome. I think Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is having a fucking excellent camp. I mean, excellent. No doubt. Very good. Very good camp from Trotter Jr. Playing inside, playing outside, playing as the green dot. You got to get a third linebacker prepared. God forbid you have an injury, or if you want to put Trotter on the field next to Bond, and maybe you want to move Jahad Campbell around if that's what you want to do. I think that wouldn't be a bad thing either. I think it's a very good idea. The more versatility you have, the better it's going to be. And I want everybody to get playing time. You can't give everybody playing time every single week, but if you want to move some guys around, you could do that too, So that's where we're kind of at. What's going on, King George? Eddie Price, what's going on, buddy? Johnny Master Obi, what's going on? So I'm curious about who is the injury list for today's practice. I mean, I'm probably going to, I have to look. I mean, I don't know if Nolan Smith is still going to be. Nolan Smith is probably going to be out the rest of this week. With concussion protocols now, like once you get a concussion, it's automatically you're going to be out like a week. So he's going to be out. I'm trying to figure out, Terrace Marshall. I mean, wide receiver. I mean, Elijah Cooks has been a pretty good wide receiver for us in this camp. I mean, a name that came out of nowhere. Terrace Marshall, man, just can't get out of his own way when it comes down to injuries. He really can't. Terrace Marshall, his only healthy season realistically was 2024 because he wasn't even a full-time starter when he signed that 1-year deal with the Raiders. You know what I mean? It just sucks, man, that you get these little injuries like that. Guys that you really, especially depth at receiver. I mean, I'm hoping we hear more from Aniyah Smith. I want more productivity. Johnny Wilson hasn't really showed up yet. Aniyah Smith apparently is in better shape going into this camp, into this program, and he hasn't really showed anything yet. But I have to pinch myself and say that it is still early right now. It is still early, We just got we got pads for the second day straight. So Ian says, how did Nolan Smith get a concussion? Yeah, it just came out of nowhere practice on the 5th day a couple days ago. It just came out of nowhere. So Jones says, try being this good in camp might be scary for Dean's future. How would we work out too many good linebackers? Yeah, I mean, this is a contract year for Nakobe Dean. I think one of the biggest questions at the end of this year is going to be, is Nakobe Dean going to get re-signed? I mean, it really depends on, and my opinion only, I think Dean is ahead of schedule. I think Dean is literally ahead of schedule because he's putting a lot of weight on those knees right now with some of the workouts I see him do the last few weeks. I think he's way ahead of schedule, but, I don't know. I mean, the only good thing about Dean having this injury is that, he comes back, he looks the same, and he's got barely any statistics this year, depending when he comes back. He'll be out the first 6-7 weeks, most likely. At least half the season he'll be out, and then they'll see if they have to place him again on the IR or something like that. But he, the positive thing about it is he'll probably be cheap. I mean, he'll be cheap, But if Trotter Jr. comes in and plays really well, or they have a lot of faith in Trotter Jr., which they should, because he should have been, he would have started in the playoffs. I mean, if Oren Burks didn't play well when he didn't, Fangio didn't want to switch guys back and forth in the playoffs last year. There was supposed to be a little competition during that Green Bay game or the game after that, to see what they could do. And so Oren Burks was already playing well. So why switch him out, and I get that, totally get that. KDK says, all else fails, we could trade Adoree to the Dolphins. They desperately need corners. Yeah, they got, yeah. I mean, possibly. Possibly, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to release him. I don't think they're going to trade him, honestly. I think if he's not if the Dolphins know that, or a team knows that Adoree Jackson's not playing well and he's not really picking up too much value, they'll just wait for the Eagles to release him or waive him or whatever. Most likely release him since he's a veteran. They're not going to waive him. So I don't think that's going to happen. But Eden says, which means we don't see a Smith all of camp. No, that's not true. That's not true. You know, the unfortunate part about these concussions now is you get a concussion, depending on what type of grade concussion it is, most likely like you're out for a week. I mean, you're like an automatic out for a week when it comes to concussion. So missing time is not a great thing. But if he misses like literally technically a few more days, I would say another 5 days of practice, which he probably will. I mean, I don't think he's going to come back earlier than that. But we'll see. So it looks like Nakobe Dean is getting in work with trainers prior to practice. You could tell how hard he's been working this offseason, moving well, starting to wonder if he'll avoid PUP to start the year. We're going to find that out. We're going to find out. They put him on the IR, then he's going to be out to 6 to 8 weeks, whatever it is. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's running. I mean, he's doing full sprints. He's running. I mean, I think Dean is ahead of schedule, no doubt. I mean, the good thing about it is like, you don't have a problem at linebacker right now. I think you're pretty stacked at that position, to be honest with you. And Jahad Campbell is really coming into his own pretty good. I think he's doing a pretty good job, So, got to give this thing a little bit of time. Little bit of time. Eagles Nakobe Dean is jumping through ladders with trainers through practice. Most active I've seen him. Wouldn't say the alters his timeline, but a sign that it's progressing. I think he's ahead. I think he's ahead of schedule. I think he's completely ahead of schedule. You know what I mean? So you're going to have the press conference from Michael Clay at 9:40, another 10 minutes. And then you're going to have practice at 10. And then obviously the interviews from players afterwards. So that's what we're going to have right now. So Ian says nobody's ever cheaped that after their rookie contract, especially after what he showed. Yeah, but it doesn't. The problem is like no one's going to pay him because he did good 2 years ago. Or last year. No one's going to pay him for that. After the Super Bowl, after the 17 Super Bowl, the Eagles started paying players that did well in that Super Bowl, and their contracts were up, and they were paying players for past recognition. And this is a year-to-year league. I don't care if he did something 2 years ago. If he did something, he played well last year. He got injured, but he's coming off a knee injury. He's coming off a patellar tendon injury. So no teams are going to be throwing money at him like that. Simple as that, EC, what's going on, man? It says, Joey, what's up? My birthday, big 25. This is my boy from Great Joey Knowledgeable Stream. Go fuck. What's going on, EC? Happy birthday, by the way, man. 25. Holy shit. Holy shit. It moves quick. Enjoy the last 5 years of your 20s. Trust me. It's once you hit 30, yeah. It was a depressing day. It's kind of I don't know. I was kind of depressed when I hit 30. When I hit 30 5 years ago, and it's fucking scary to say that. But Frankie Ray says Noah Fant signed with the Bengals. Yeah, he worked out he did a workout with them not too long ago. So I figured he's a hot commodity tight end. I mean, that's a really good weapon that's out there that was going to sign really quick, regardless of where it was. So, what's going on, Tanner? How you doing, buddy? Everything good? You see what says, has Johnny Wilson done anything worth being mentioned? Not really. He's had a couple catches, but nothing extreme. I think he's still going to make the roster, to be honest with you, just because I think he does a lot of he does a lot of the dirty work. I mean, he blocks really well, and the Eagles have been giving him opportunity. The Eagles gave him opportunities last year, so I'm hoping to see him kind of get into another gear once we get into more full pads, more of these practices, joint practices. I mean, when I mentioned joint practice to these preseason games, I'm talking about everybody. Like everybody's going to be involved. He says he was playing at Pro Bowl level, though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. Look, there might be a team that might pay him a lot of money, but if he doesn't play this year, or barely plays throughout this year, I mean, it's not guaranteed that every team out there is going to have interest in him and paying him full price dollar at linebacker. I don't think that's the case. I think he'll get paid, but it's not going to be like he's not going to be like a top 5 paid linebacker. It's just not. It's not going to happen, regardless. Like he's got he's coming off a very serious injury. Okay. Like if last year, you have a player that has an ACL, you have a guy that has like an Achilles injury or something like that. There are teams out there, even if he's doing well in his progression this year, like his statistics are going to hurt, are really going to hurt him on getting the accolades of the money that he wants to get. BHY says, why do you think Amari Cooper and other vets haven't signed yet? Feel like it's a little late now. Well, no, it's not really late because usually these older free agents, they kind of wait. They wait really late because they don't want to be joining any type of training camp. Like they're at this point, like they're kind of done with the whole thing. They can keep themselves in shape by themselves. They usually wait till there's an injury or they're well needed somewhere. And some guys just wait it out and they wait it out really late, so it's very normal actually that there are players that wait that long. Very, very normal. So we should be hearing from the special teams coordinator in about 6 minutes. He says the thing that benefits us is that all of his Georgia dogs are here in Philly, so might convince him to stay. Yeah, I mean, potentially, sure. Potentially. I mean, look, for me, it's a big question mark. I don't know. You know what I mean? You got Trotter Jr. with another extra year under his belt, and if he comes in and starts playing really well this year, yeah, if you sign Dean to a bigger deal after this year or something like that, they might not re-sign Trotter Jr. So they really need to see how things really pan out, EC says, do you want Justin Simmons? I don't think we need to trust guys. We have a lot of Eagles fans are in full panic. Yeah, I get it. Look, Makuba's out with the shoulder injury. Really sucks. Sidney Brown, I don't even think, and here's what I'm from Vic's tone on how he talks about Sidney Brown, like, he's doing good. He's, I don't think he's doing much, honestly. This is realistically the first year and for Sidney Brown and Vic Fangio's scheme. Played special teams all year last year, and in 23 with Sean Desai, he was in a different scheme that year, or whatever fucking scheme that was. I don't even know what scheme that was that year. James says Dean will be gone after this year. I could probably agree with that. I probably could agree with that, to be honest with you. Ethan, what's going on, buddy? Good problem to have, though. Yeah, it's a great problem to have. You're pretty much stacked. I mean, just say like you have an injury at linebacker or a couple of injuries, like Dean will be on the back burner, on the shelf, training, getting his mind right, getting his body back into football form. Because as soon as he comes back from injury, like it's going to take him another few weeks. You think he's just going to hit the field and do well? No, it's going to take him like a good month, probably like 3 to 4 weeks to kind of be back to his normal self, to make sure his body's right, his movement's right. He feels like himself. Be a lot that goes with it, No practice for Andrew Makuba today. This is the 3rd straight day he's missed due to shoulder injury. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at with him. And even Vic said at the press conference the other day was pretty much like, hey, like, what did he say? I want to read the quote. He said, there's no replacing physical reps. And there's not. He could sit out there, get all the mental reps he needs, but he's not playing. He's not practicing. He's not going to play. And now it's down to Sidney Brown and Christian McCollum. And I don't know who the fuck else is back there that's even worth mentioning. That's where I'm kind of at with the whole situation. where I'm kind of at. Monkey said, "What up, Joey? I'm a big fan. Love your content. Appreciate it so much, Monkey. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it." DHY said, "When did Eugene start practicing last year coming off the injury, thinking that Makuba may have a similar situation?" Yeah, he didn't. He showed up to the last day of the joint practice with the Patriots last year. The last day for the Patriots. Yeah, and then he showed up. I think it was the last preseason game. He played in that last preseason game. Everybody was saying how bad he looked and blah blah blah, and it took him a few weeks to start. I mean, this could be the same situation potentially. Sure, I mean it could be, But do the Eagles go out and pull the trigger, on a Justin Simmons? And honestly, I don't like the idea. I mean, if you to sign Justin Simmons, in my opinion, it would be like if that was the last move in desperation. The coaching staff is crawling on the ground. Like this is like the dire need situation. If you need to sign him, then you go do it. If you are fucking desperate, you go out and do it. We got the first super chat of the day. Appreciate so much. Blaze says, "Ready for the season. Let's effing go." I'm fucking ready. And by the way, guys, if you guys become members, well, if you got whatever, people that are members to the channel, we have brand new member badges, by the way. I didn't know what to have somebody create. They're skulls. They're like these cool little skulls. I don't know. I have no idea what I want to put, but we have new member badges now. And if you become a member, you get you have a nice badge now. A few nice ones. So just letting everybody know. Jackson Tri-Charity Inc. What's the news on Makuba? Makuba's out. Makuba is out. Done deal. Unfortunate. No practice for Zach Bond today either. Okay. A back contusion, a back bruise. Who cares? Not worried about it. Not worried about it. Yeah. Jimbo says Zach's not practicing either. Appreciate it so much, please. And you got the best badge, by the way. That is the last tier badge, by the way. For being a member over 4 months? 3 or 4. I forgot what it is. Josh says, "We got ball on the TV tonight. We're back, boys." Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Just to watch football. It doesn't even matter. I don't care if starters are in or not. At least to watch football, whatever. So, Joey, what's your favorite horror movie? Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. The first one. Now says, "Why don't you like Jay Simmons? Is it just age or his performance about it so bad?" I think it's just he's 32 years old. I think it would be. Look, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying look, he'll have a stacked defense around him, so he's got a veteran presence. He has leadership ability. He didn't necessarily play well with the Falcons last year. I think he played in a different scheme, and I think the scheme just really didn't fit him too much. So, maybe he would play under Fangio a lot better. I mean, it's not that I don't like him coming here. It's just that I want to wait it out. I want to see if Makuba comes back and see. I want to give Sidney Brown a chance, too. I want to give everybody a chance. Okay, there's no veteran favoritism. There's no bullshit going on. There's no bullshit going on like that, so I'm not really worried about that too much, Zach says, "Oh, I thought we had more info on his shoulder." No, there's no info. I don't, not that I know of. No, no info on that. All right, so we got shorts and shells. So we got shoulder pads and shorts. So we're not. I thought we were in full practice today. So shorts and shoulder pads today. Here we got Dean doing some cone drills. Nice. Good for him, man. Look, he looks way ahead of schedule. I'm sorry, but he really does. He looks way ahead of schedule. So, we should be hearing from Michael Clay, the special teams coordinator, in probably a moment, to be honest. So we should be hearing some stuff out of that camp. How about Jahad Campbell Jahad Campbell knocked out Dallas Goedert, totally depleted him onto the ground the other day, a couple days ago. Whew, man. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait, dude. Can't wait. Fangio said great things too the other day about him. Was like, hey, he's every day is a different stride for him, and he's looking solid. I mean, Fangio was like, if he stays the way he's been, he practices it, he's still doing what he's doing right now. I mean, the Eagles are going to feel like they hit a gold mine with him at linebacker. And so glad they're putting so much into this linebacker position. So glad they're putting so much into the running back position. Need a 1-year badge. Yeah, well, I'll have one up. I will have one up. So we need a cornerback too and a safety. I think Vic is disappointed in those two positions from what he currently sees. He doesn't seem thrilled about it right now. No, I don't think he's thrilled. Hold on. It's not showing upside down here. It's showing upside down there. It's really weird. I think Dean will be back week 5. If they put him on IR, so how many weeks could he possibly miss? 5 to 7 weeks, something like that. I forgot what the number is of how many weeks he could miss. And PHY said, hearing about that hit on Goddard hyped me up, not only about Jihad, but this team. Yeah, it really is. Defense has been getting the best of the offense, and that's not a bad thing. Like, if I see Jalen Hurts turning the football over, or, there's pressure on him, I have no issue with that, man. We need this defense to give Hurts, just to get a little bit of a challenge going on during practice. You know what I mean? Hurts should have a lot of good days and very few bad days, and he had probably, I wouldn't say 2 full bad days. I'd say he had 1 full bad day. I think that was, I don't know if it was Tuesday. Yeah, pup is 4 games. Right. All right, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if he's going to be on that pup list. Mandatory 6 weeks. Yeah, I think Makuba's looked solid. Yeah, Makuba's been solid. I mean, I think putting him in dime package, like inside with DeJean, is really good. Like, and the Cooper DeJean, it's going to be something. Like, they want to move him around. They really are trying to move him around badly. They really are. I don't know how it's going to happen though. In my opinion, okay, because I think they want to get him out of that inside corner spot. They want to put him at safety. They want to move around like a Swiss Army knife. It's going to come down to Mac McWilliams winning that inside job spot, or at least playing well at that position. Okay. Mac McWilliams he's 5'8", he's quick. He can play outside, inside, but I think they're focusing him on the inside corner position, playing in the slot. I think it was like a few days ago, like Johnny Wilson went to go catch a ball in the end zone, and Johnny Wilson's almost 6'7". He's 5'8", 5'10", 5'8", something like that. Knocks the ball right out of his hands. But now, since Makuba is out, you're going to find out a lot more about some of these other players. And now McWilliams is going to get a lot of reps. A lot of reps, a shit ton of reps. So we'll see what happens. It's only if it's only 1 more year, because really in base defense you see DeJean at safety. That's really it. So most of the time he'll be playing on the inside most of the time. Okay. But now, if it's not just this year that he plays on the inside, by next year they're going to move him. They're going to move him. You don't want to put DeJean at outside cornerback. Do not put him at CB2. They put him at CB2. They're stunting his growth as a cornerback right now. Because he has so much. He's got so much value when it comes to the inside. As much as we want him to move around the field, having him inside, he can cover the flat. He could play off-ball coverage from there. He's got high football IQ. He's just so good. Having him straight on the outside, covering the number 2 covering the number 2 receiver or whatever, like, just having him mirror one receiver, it's not going to be good. I don't think that's going to help his case for his career and for this season, to be honest. JS said, what up with Keegan at guard? Any progress? So, Jeff Stoutland did talk the other day about the right guard competition. Now, he says that Tyler Steen has gotten a lot better. You know, still things he needs to work on, but Tyler Steen, I don't know how I feel about Tyler Steen, to be honest. He's got starting capability. He's come in for injuries. Has he been great? No. Has he been horrible? No. Has he been okay? Yeah, sure. But I don't really know how. I mean, we have to trust what Jeff Stoutland does. So if this Tyler Steen that's the first name that comes up when he talks about the right guard position. That's fine. Darian Kennard has been getting guard reps, but I don't know if they think he's the top guy right now. Trevor Keegan is he has been playing guard, and he has been playing with the third team as the backup setter with the third team. Okay. You have Miles Hinton, and I'm guessing they're just keeping him at tackle. I mean, look, you put a big body like Mekhi Becton from tackle to guard, and that was Nick Sirianni's idea. Why not do the same thing with another big-time player that couldn't get reps right now? Like, what if Miles Hinton could be a guard for a couple of years for this team, and then Lane Johnson retires? You put him to right tackle, because I think he will be the starting right tackle of the future for this team. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's, there are some. I feel like there's just not enough. I feel like it's too early for right guard right now. It's too early for some of those guys. The center that we drafted this past year, that plays guard and center, I think he's going to be the backup to Jurgens with second team. You know? Is the Dory starting today? Don't know yet till they practice. Don't know. Michael Clay should be talking right now. Albarze, Mack is listed at 5'10". He has the Asante Samuel build, going to be a breakout play. I really hope so, bro. I really hope so. I mean, he's playing tough against big receivers. He even had his press conference after practice and talked about he's got a formula to like beating big receivers. And that's awesome. So he studies the game. He studies his own game on how to defeat his opponent. And that's an awesome thing. I mean, that's great, Ian says Clay just said that Coop is a returning punts right now, but could if needed, but letting you guys get their opportunity. Why am I not getting any updates? Like, you see all these notification updates, and I'm not getting them for some weird fucking reason. I'm looking right now. Noah Fant signed with the Bengals, by the way. Yeah, but Kuba is out. They're on the field right now. I don't know. I'm not seeing any updates on anybody talking about anything right now. Yeah, nobody. There's nobody even talking about the press conference. Yeah, nothing. I don't see anything. Yeah, I mean, they had Jahan Dotson and Cooper DeJean on punt returns. When we saw them actually returning punts, I kind of was pissed off over that. Don't need those guys. Corville said, I think Howie will try to get another guard in camp before the start of the season. We have mostly tackles trying to learn guards, but not enough experienced guards here now. Yeah, I think that's kind of true. Yeah. I think you're right. Not enough. Clarity talk. What it was? He started. It was at 9:40. When did he talk? Nobody. I don't see anybody. I don't see one. I don't see one tweet from any of these guys about Michael Clay. Not one. There's not one. I just checked like 4 or 5 profiles, and there's been nothing. Nate says, it sounded to me like there would be a punt return and kick return, so we might keep 2 guys we don't want because of that. Yeah, maybe. I'm looking for some of these speed guys like the receiver from Washington, the tryout player, or something like that. You know, Will Shipley will probably be in the mix. The kid from the Falcons, what happened to him? I haven't really even heard his name. That specialist that we brought in right after the season was over. Clay's presser was only like 5 minutes. Really? Okay, so maybe nobody reported anything. I mean, I don't even see the fucking stream. I don't even see the stream of it. Sorry. All right, so no Nakubita. He's out here going through some steps with Cooper DeJean, Mac McWilliams, but not in full uniform. So Lewis Kine gets reps with all 3s, but he's definitely buried on the depth chart right now. McCord, he has had some nice moments, but it's a too close car now. I don't think McCord's been great either. You know, it's very early, but I don't think McCord's already threw a couple picks already in this camp. DTR's okay. He's gotten better. Like his short passes have looked a lot better. He's got a similar skill set to Jalen Hurts, so we'll see. All right, so if it was that fast and I didn't see a report, then I guess I'll just watch it after we're done with the stream. I watched it for only highlight. Yeah, I mean, it's special teams. I mean, what is he going to talk for 15 minutes about? You know what I mean? I mean, I get it. The animated chat window looks great. Thanks. I actually had that chat window for a long time. I just never used it. Somebody made it for me. With blood coming down and stuff. I don't know. I gotta have blood pouring down. I mean, come on, it's me we're talking about here. It's me we're talking about. And then this whole background, my girlfriend's coming back from Jersey in a few days, so I'm getting my backdrop done within the next few weeks. So we're gonna get ready. I don't think they will cut McCord versus DTR. They usually don't cut draft pick developmental QBs the year they drafted. McCord will be on practice squad. He'll be on practice squad. DTR will be the third. DTR is obviously the third quarterback. You could dress 3 quarterbacks on game day now. So you could dress 3 guys. I don't think it counts against the roster either. I think you could dress an extra. What's it called? Quarterback. My brain is not working today. It's too early. I hate thinking this early in the morning. I mean, it's not early right now, but you know what I mean. We got 170 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like the stream if you guys have it. If you hit the like button, it helps out tremendously. Appreciate everybody. We're waiting until practice starts. Another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes. And we're back at practice. So, it says Andrew Makuba isn't practicing today, but he's working to stay sharp before practice. Good. Yeah, he's got to move around, do shit. He can't just stand there. God, this sucks, man. The only good thing about Makuba, like, there's nothing good about it, but every time there's an injury, it always gives another player an opportunity to really showcase and show out. Like, Mac McWilliams has a huge opportunity right now, which would be great. Which would be fantastic. I would absolutely love it. I wouldn't have any problem with it at all. You know? Am I in Cali? No, I'm in New York, dude. I'm in New York. I'm literally like 35 minutes away from MetLife Stadium. That's how close I am to MetLife. I'm really close. I think the crowns are just engagement, like top engagement for the chat. I guess it's like a ranking of how many times you say something in the chat. I think it just ranks you, I think, for what it looks like, I guess. Ethan says, so if we needed 2 guys to return, we might lose Marshall. I really fucking hope not. Okay, you got Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Jahan Dotson. I think Johnny Wilson will make the roster because he's got some value. Okay. I mean, you're keeping what, 6? Or are you keeping 5? They might have to keep 6. I don't know. I really don't know. Elijah Cooks is probably gonna be another one. So it's gonna be between Elijah Cooks and fucking Terrace Marshall. Probably. That'll probably be the who's gonna be the number 5 receiver. It's gonna be between Terrace Marshall if he comes back from this leg injury. Man, it just sucks, dude. Like every time. And by the way, if somebody has a message held for review YouTube thing, if somebody says just put show, don't hide it, just press show to Ethan's chat. I gotta change that. Jimbo said Kuba being out is a huge bummer. I agree. Chris says they're meant to drive engagement. Josh says you get 25 XP every time you comment. The crowns, the numbers are top 3 comment. Okay. So I pretty much I was pretty much right. I just know there was like an XP thing that was going with it. It sucks, dude. But you know, with these injuries, it happens, and it's horrible. But there's Jahan Dotson and Will Shipley right there. Hoping to hear about J-Lux today. Liked what I heard Vic say in his press conference. No, I mean he's doing really well. He's actually doing really well. He's got a couple pressures on Hurts already. He's been working against Jordan Mailata and been doing Mailata. You hear Mailata's press conference a few days ago talking about J-Lux Hunt. He's got Micah Parsons tendencies. You know, meaning in his play. You know, hopefully not anything else because we don't want anything else. But if he's putting good work against Jordan Mailata, that's good things, man. Vic Fangio is, let me tell you, some of these picks, bro, the drafting is just, it's been insane, the drafting. Diane said, hopefully Makuba can play during all 3 preseason games. Yeah, hopefully. It's going to be hard. Like, it's hard for a player, especially a high-pick player in the draft, to be hurt for a long time during the offseason program, and then you could only show up to that last preseason game. You know what I mean? The Eagles aren't going to release him or waive him or anything, but it just hurts his chances. You know? It really hurts his chances 100%. Victor Morris says, you live in New York, 500 lives in Cali. Man, I couldn't take either of y'all to the government. Yeah. I mean, it could happen. I mean, you can always make plans, you know. It's just somebody's time is going to be really messed up, you know. Running back 2 is probably going to be, I really don't know. It just depends on how they're using these running backs and A.J. Dillon and Will Shipley. Will Shipley's had a pretty good camp so far. I think it opened space in the passing game on some of these drills against the linebackers. He's been really good. He looks a lot faster from some of the tape I've seen so far. And A.J. Dillon, like the Eagles, the coaching staff especially has taken high interest in A.J. Dillon early in camp. He's getting a lot of attention early in camp. He just got to stay healthy. He's coming off that neck injury, okay? A.J. Dillon has not played since 2023 of December. That's how long it's been for A.J. Dillon. He was out with a stinger injury for like a year and a half. So that's why A.J. Dillon was affordable and he was cheap to sign. So A.J. Dillon behind Saquon Barkley, especially as a pass catcher, he's not bad. For a big back, he's pretty elusive. I mean, and he's going to, oh, man. Who's going to take over the Kenneth Gainwell role? That's, you know, like you said, that's really the big question as that number 2. Who's going to do 2-minute offense? We know that when we do 2-minute offense before the half ends in these games, Kenneth Gainwell took that role, and then Saquon would come in for the second half. You know, I don't know what they're going to do here. It's going to be interesting, though. Yeah, I'll be watching a little bit, probably, yeah. Probably, most likely. Alfredo Sartorville, you didn't have the full pads on or even shells. He would have been fine if he collided with pads. Terrace Marshall not practicing today. Neither is Devontae Smith back tightness. Okay, so Devontae Smith, really, this is the first time, even last year, that was like the first time where he missed. Like, I don't know if Devontae Smith missed one game last year or two. I'm not really sure. I think he only missed one. I could be wrong though, or maybe he didn't. I'm not sure. But he was dealing with this back tightness. You know, and this is precautionary. This isn't serious. This isn't anything crazy. But Terrace Marshall, man, you're turning heads. AJ Brown saying you're making the depth receivers uncomfortable. You're making them uncomfortable. And then you fucking get a leg injury. I need this man to come back. I need him to come back, man. Depth at receive. Like, let me tell you, if Jahan Dotson gets hurt, like, you're fucked. If not you're fucked, but you know, you lose if Jahan Dotson, like, you know, knock on wood, gets an injury, you can't move Devontae Smith around. You can't move AJ Brown around. They're just gonna double on one of those guys. It's gonna be a little bit tougher. You know, as well as if Devontae Smith or AJ Brown, you know, has to miss a game or something like that, who can you fucking rely on? I understand they're not the same caliber type player you have with his depth receivers right now, but come on now. PHY says Dan Steele was saying it would be hard for Jomo to make the snap count for Milton Williams. Thoughts? I mean, nobody really fucking knows that. I mean, what all you got to do is realistically, all you got to do is look at Jomo's snap count last year. Yeah, he's in a rotation, but he's still going to be in the rotation. He'll be in second rotation. It'll be Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Ty Robinson, and yeah, I mean, Jomo should be taking the Milton Williams role. Sure. Am I worried about the snap count? Is it no? I mean, he's still in the rotation regardless. I mean, he's in early rotation, but he's still in back end rotation. So I don't think it's really going to affect him here. Will he have increased snaps? Probably, but I think that's only a positive thing, you know? Unless we go into like these preseason games and he looks sluggish or I don't know, but I don't know. We got Freddie Lemus with the super chat. What's going on, man? Thank you so much. So are we cutting Ainias Smith? I don't know. I mean, so far he's done nothing. I haven't heard 1 ounce, trinklet, drop of a tear of news from Ainias Smith. He's coming into this season more in shape from what he told us, okay? He got hurt last year in the offseason program. He came back late. He got into a couple preseason games, and he didn't look great. His vision looked shitty on punt return. Punt returns, he looked horrible. He looked bad, you know? I ain't no expert on, like, if players are going to be good or bad during camp or not or whatnot, but Ainias Smith, this is his last offseason program to really show out for this team. And if he doesn't, you know, Ainias Smith was in my eyes, was supposed to be the starting number 3 receiver last year. And then he got hurt. And then it was Paris Campbell. And then if it wasn't Paris Campbell, they traded for Jahan Dotson. And that's what happened. You know what I mean? How do I happen? All right, so see, Eagles tying E.J. Jenkins, not practicing today. First time of training camp. Okay, E.J. Jenkins is out now. Looks like Devontae Smith back tightness. We'll watch from the sideline today. Zach Bond, Terrace Marshall, and E.J. Jenkins also out today from the looks of it. Okay. So, there you go. And I think those are the only injuries right now. The only ones. Nolan Smith is probably out. I mean, he just got a concussion, so I don't think he's back the next day. You know what I mean? Freddie, I appreciate that super chat, by the way. Very much. Let's see here. Turtle says, is it true that we don't have much starting wide receiver depth with AJ or Devontae missed time? We don't. I think I think it fucking sucks, to be honest with you. I think it's horrible. I think it's really bad. There's nobody on the depth right now. There's nobody depth-wise at wide receiver that I trust going into a game. Realistically, not. I really want Johnny Wilson to push himself. I really want Ainias Smith to push himself. And Terrace Marshall, all this great news, and then gets hurt. So it's like, this is the story of, you know, guys, you know, that have had players that the Eagles have gotten this year on 1-year deals, okay, that are coming into camp have had, you know, especially with Terrace Marshall, have had past injury concerns. And I said, holy shit, you know, he's finally healthy and like, there's a chance that he could be a good depth receiver for us because he's got a better reputation than a lot of the other guys because he has more starting experience probably than anybody else when it comes to this depth. When it comes to the depth at wide receiver, when it comes to the Terrace Marshall, you know what I mean? I think there's good things to take from it, but somebody gets hurt. I mean, you know what I mean? There's nothing there. Nothing there. Fraser, Devontae missed 2 or 3. The 2 of the concussion in the Saints game and then south of the hamstring one. Okay. I forgot about the Saints game when he got fucking late tackled on that group tackle. I totally forgot about that one. Ryland Jr. says, brother, they be good. Got Goddard and Smith and AJ slide inside. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, they could do that too. I mean, you know, I'm just talking about the standpoint of just the receiver, you know, this receiver room in general. That's all. You know what I mean? Just as the receiver group, like you don't have one receiver behind those starting 3 that, you know what I mean? You really don't have anybody else, you know? They said Denai Smith routed up on some drill. What was that, today? I mean, yesterday? 2 days ago? Yeah, but can he do this consistent, though? I gotta hear Anaya Smith's, like any player realistically, I have to hear their name multiple times throughout camp. I gotta hear it multiple times. He does one thing. I only see one thing. If you're saying he did one thing against Cooper DeJean, great, you know, but it's gotta happen a lot more though. Chris says per Football Reference, Smith only played 13 games. That one game everyone sat out. Okay. Yeah, Antoine Powell Ryland Jr., I mean, 16 sacks last year for Virginia Tech, and he didn't get drafted earlier because he's got small fucking arms. I mean, 25 and a half sacks for Antoine Powell Ryland Jr. the last couple years, and the Eagles snagged him. He's another guy that's got a chip on his shoulder. I mean, 16 sacks last year? Crazy shit. That's crazy shit. How many teams have good wide receiver depth, though? The part of that is, it's not even just, like I said, it has nothing to do with, like, they have to be, like, we don't have an A.J. Brown or a that's going to put out the same statistics. We don't have anybody that's capable of getting open. We don't have anyone that's capable right now. And anyone that is close to being capable is fucking hurt. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what I'm talking about. Yo, Mayor, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? What's going on, buddy? What's going on at practice right now? Am I not seeing anything? Why are you not loading? Sorry. Okay. Because I really want to hear something about Nice. I got excited when I saw training with AJ last month. Yeah, no, they've been working out together. That's 100% true. They've all been working out together. No issue with that. But am I going to emphasize so much into receiver group? Probably not, you know. I'm not going to like freak out about it. Like, I feel like we have more to worry about than wide receiver depth. I think in time it will be figured out, you know. I mean, they have to figure it out between this year and next year because Jahan Dotson's going to be gone. So they might not have the guy that could take Jahan Dotson's place. That's the whole point of Anaya Smith. Like, if he could take Jahan Dotson's place next year after he leaves after this year and gets a contract, the Eagles don't have to fucking spend extra money, and he'll be dirt cheap to just keep on the field, you know. But because you don't have that as of right now, there we go. The Falcons specialist, Avery Williams, is getting some work as a returner. That's his path to making the team. Yes. 100%. 100%. Avery Williams is a name I've been really wanting to hear. They signed him right after the season was done. Okay. Avery Williams was, I don't know if he did kick returns, but I know he did punt returns. And, they brought in like a specialist. They brought him in to hopefully win the job at punt returner. If not him, then somebody else. But he'll be competing for that. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Reed says, what up? K. Robinson says Jahan is capable. Yeah, Jahan. No, Jahan. No, I'm saying the depth behind all three of those guys. They have no depth behind all. I'm saying behind A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jahan Dotson together. There's nobody behind that. Regis the show said, what up? What's up with the ads on your channel? Last few streams, they don't load, and I have to restart that's YouTube, bro. It's not me. It's just YouTube. I've had the same issue going on other channels. Well, not even football channels, but just YouTube in general. And sometimes the ads will pause or it'll be a black screen or something. So I think it's just YouTube. Jake says, bro, we got to chill. The games haven't even started yet. I don't care. I know. I'm trying not to freak the fuck out. Just trying, I'm trying to stay cool. Calm, cool, collective. That's all I'm doing. Jade says, we'll have to see if Pal Ryland can be effective against NFL caliber athletes in length. He may just have a college body. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think because of his statistics and how far he dropped in the draft, the Eagles just had to, they had to snag him. They had to snag him. So, Anais has shown the some NFL explosiveness in the NFL so far as he shows on his college tape. He was banged up last year, though, out of the gate. So this camp will be a telling for him. It will. Like I said, he missed a lot of time in the offseason program last year. And then when you come back late after injury, last preseason game, like, how are you expected to play well? You know what I mean? How are you expected to even try to play well? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get this. So appreciate Terrace. Says Eagles special coordinator Michael Clay. If he sees Cooper DeJean as the punt return, probably not. But adds if he wants to do it, he can. And Vic Fangio wants to pummel Michael Clay's face into 50,000 pieces after hearing that. Because he doesn't want Cooper DeJean is way too valuable. Way too valuable. Too much. Go on, Ethan. Give us a Regis have the same problem. K. Robinson, what's going on? Linda says, what's going on, Linda? How you been doing? I've been good. Regis says, no team has depth at receiver, 4, 5, 6. Not sure why it's a problem, though. Your top wide receivers go down. It's a problem for all teams. Yeah, no, I get it. I just want to look for a capable guy that could go into a game. That's all. I don't really trust Johnny Wilson in this catching. And that's really it because I don't really know what and Anais Smith didn't, Anais Smith, it didn't really have a good offseason program last year. It missed time. And now he has the time. And now he's coming in healthy so far. So I'm not expecting anybody to put up A.J. Brown stats. I'm just expecting if one guy has to go into a game that they could be capable, just capable. I'm saying for a couple receptions, can block well, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Pal Ryland played against tackles from major universities, so that's why I'm optimistic he will translate to the NFL. I think he will be contribute later this season if Aziz or Uche struggle. If Aziz or Uche struggle, I think Uche had a really good day the other day. He had a fantastic day. Fantastic day. He made Jalen Hurts fumble the other day, and he got a sack against the second team. I think sacked McKee as well. I think he did a really good job. I forgot also, Coop's doing punt returns now. That's the reason when he reposted that post about Clay. I see. I see. Yeah. Oh, of course, DeJean is with the punt group today. Okay. Hail X says, hey, Joey, thanks for all your work all season. You and 500 have kept it going. Much appreciated. No problem, man. This is what we do. It's what we do. Logan says, hey, Joey, what did I miss? Nothing. We're just going over. I mean, practice, warming up, and they're doing some of the regular, they're doing some individual stuff with positions right now, and we're gonna kind of wait until they get into groups. So we heard from Michael Clay where he said like a few things for 5 minutes, so it obviously wasn't that long. Timothy Walker said, Joey, Elijah Cook's tearing it up at camp. He is. He is. Elijah Cooks. I gotta go in. I don't really know much about him at all. Like at all. So I need to find out more about him because he's just been, he's had like 3 good days so far. So one guy right now that's sparking it up is, I totally forgot about mentioning I mentioned him earlier, but talking about receiver in general, Elijah Cooks has really been the only one. And Terrace Marshall's is pretty much right beside him there, but now he's going to miss some time with this leg injury. So I don't think the official injury report even came out yet. Why am I not getting these fucking tweets, dude? Like, what's the point of getting notifications on tweets if you're not, you're not getting them, I don't get it. I do not get it. Avery Williams and Nia Smith fielding punts. Okay. No news. I'm pumped that Eric Allen is getting inducted this week. I know, dude. That's crazy. Tyler Ergos, I just finished watching the Michael Clay speak. Wow, what a great special teams coach. He mentioned A.J. Dillon at returns because he's big physical guy who's healthy. A.J. Dillon, what do you mean at returns where? Where's he returning? That would be interesting. Mark Holmes would turn like, what's going on, buddy? He said, why in the hell would we have Coop doing returns? No. Is Jahan Dotson doing returns? I don't see him there. I don't see Dotson there. I don't know, man. I don't get it, dude. Like, all it's going to take is for some scumbag. He's going to fair catch that ball, and some scumbag is going to lay him out, and boom, he's out for the year. That's all it's going to take. It's not even on Cooper DeJean being safe with the football is on him. But if he's running out of bounds, like he's got no control over somebody going to late tackle him out of bounds or getting an unnecessary hit like that. It's all it's going to take, man. Turn notifications off and on again. That's fucking annoying, dude. Appreciate Tanner for helping me out. Ben Van Sermon and others working on ball security. Oops. Ball security. I'm trying to like. The notifications don't work. Like, they just don't fucking work. They never fucking work. I don't know why. They were using Dillon as kick return a day or two ago. I didn't even know that. That's kind of crazy. But he's not that fast, though. Like, how fast is A.J. Dillon? Tyree Ergel says A.J. Dillon for comeback player of the year. Kick returns battle is going to be interesting. They say Nia Smith is looking better, but I think that's all smoke and mirrors. I don't know. They're throwing him a fucking complimentary cookie. That's what they're doing. a complimentary treat of compliments to make it sound like he's doing something at camp when he's not. I mean, I guess I don't know. Chris says that works for me, but I stopped getting notifications. Yeah, it's just weird, man. If you see anything, just tag me in it. If you don't have to, I'm not telling you to do it, but if you got time. Eagles, DBs, Cooper DeJean, Keely Ringo looking smooth. Christian Parker coaching him up. Christian Parker's going to be gone after next year. Just watch. Christian Parker is going to be one coach that we're really gonna hate to lose. He's going to be a defense. He almost got a defensive coordinator. Kellen Moore tried to get him. He tried his hardest. He got our QB coach. He got one of our assistant offensive coaches, offensive line coaches, and he almost got it. Okay. All right, am I getting posts now? Okay, I think my posts are working now. Let's see. Even Jalen Hurts goes through ball security contraption, which is a good thing. Why not? Why not? Eagles DBs warming up. See, we got ball security drill, the little things. Got the quarterbacks there, which is great. Awesome. Jalen Hurts goes through ball security drill, start of practice. Awesome. All right, we saw Avery Williams and Nia Smith. Okay, so we saw all that. Let's see. Timothy Walker said, yes, Ethan, I really don't think Ringo or Jackson are the answer at cornerback for this team. This fucking cornerback position is going to drive everybody up a wall. I'm telling you right now, if we see like Ringo get burned at that open practice, I'm telling you, that open practice, that's when everybody flips out. That's when I go, I'm like, the videos start coming out. We start freaking out about stuff. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. Alfredo says, better repeat this year because, yes, he's gone. Who are you talking about? Who's gone? Dotson's gone? See what else we got here. All right, here we go. We got the injury report. It is out. So, not practicing. Zach Baldwin with a back. E.J. Jenkins with a hamstring. Terrace Marshall, knee. Andrew Makuba, shoulder. Devontae Smith, back. Nolan Smith out with a concussion. Limited. Jod Campbell with the shoulder. Jalen Carter with the shoulder. A.J. Dillon. Oh, A.J. Dillon's has a little bit of a back thing going on. And Cam Jurgens still has a back thing going on. So that is your... Yeah, that is your injury report. Big ones from here. Terrace Marshall, Andrew Makuba, and you want to see Nolan Smith and some other guys do some stuff. So that is your injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles for day 6. Day 6. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so everyone's putting out the reports right now. Don't worry about the open practice. Dean got cooked last year and he was fine. Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He got cooked and like a lot of people were, I was very confused. And Devin White started Devin White was the starting middle linebacker every fucking practice last year. You know what I mean? Every practice. So, you know what I mean? Chris says Howie won't wait, especially if the position is struggling come week 3 of the preseason. Is it just practice in July? They will practice plays with no safety help, so don't freak out over Ringo just yet. No, I mean, even Fangio talked about the one-on-one drills. He takes no value in one-on-one drills. And I kind of get it because the receiver, there's no defense out there, but it's a one-on-one, no defense out there. Receiver can run any route that he wants to run. I get it. I'm not happy with our DD situation. Mozzie went light. We're not stopping Saquon. Against the run, probably not. There was a guy on Twitter, I think, that was talking about Mozzie being better than Jalen Carter or something today. I don't know. I saw something today. I don't know. Fly Parks and Shakes. You taking Elijah Cooks or Johnny Wilson on the 53? I'm taking Elijah Cooks, probably. I think, honestly, dude, I think both of them are gonna be there. I think both of them are gonna make it. And you're talking that they keep 5 receivers. I mean, they're not keeping 4. They're gonna keep 5 or 6. So Elijah Cooks, I think so, from what it looks like. He keeps doing what he's doing. And I think Johnny Wilson blocks really well, and they like those blocking tight ends. And, they want to give him more opportunity. I want to see more from Johnny Wilson regardless. Debbie says Eagles' #1 priority should be going out and getting Asante Samuel Jr. We gotta wait. We gotta wait, dude. I know it's so easy just to go get Asante Samuel Jr., go get that signing, bring him to Philadelphia and be done with it. They're not panicking right now over it. And if they're not panicking, they haven't signed him yet. So, when Fangio says, oh, Keely Ringo's been fine, I don't know how much I take into that, but I'm not really sure. Okay, we got Tanner Appreciates. Says Quinton Mitchell and Cooper DeJean leading off the cornerback drills. Is good. And they were putting notifications on for him. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, we got Max and Hook. Yeah, I forgot about Max and Hook. Forgot about Max and Hook. I don't know when we got him coming out undrafted free agent, right? I don't think he was here last year, right? No. Let's just be glad compared to most teams are really healthy. Crazy how many season-ending injuries have happened already across. Oh yeah, I mean the Lions are suffering right now. I forgot who else. Dallas is having fucking issues too. You know, who got hurt? There's 2 players that got hurt for Dallas, wasn't there? Two offensive linemen got hurt. 2 offensive linemen got hurt for Dallas already. One has a broken collarbone, broken bone, something like that. And I forgot who the other guy. I forgot who else got in. Who got the not the but the almost ACL, but not, it's not. He's gonna miss 4 to 6 weeks. I forgot who it was. Oh, Guyton. Tyler Guyton. Okay. Yeah, Tyler Guyton. He's gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks. He's gonna miss the first game. It's gonna be a fucking mess, dude. Mozzie is the poor man's Jordan Davis. Frank's us up, brother. How are you about to make a panic signing after Huff and Puff? No. Well, no, not the big money, no. I mean, Asante Samuel Jr. is not going to get paid that much. I mean, he ain't going to get... He's coming off... Like, Asante Samuel Jr. is coming off of surgery in April. He had surgery on his neck, shoulder, neck area, because he had a stinger injury. He missed time last year. That's why he didn't get paid. Chris says, hello, we'll be there as a break glass if necessary measure. Oh, they got training camp today. They were off yesterday. They have training camp today, tomorrow, and then I don't know if they have camp on Saturday, so I'm not really sure. Any recent injuries? So we go back to... This is the injury report for today. So just to read it again for everybody. So not practicing today. Zach Bond with the back, EJ Jenkins with the hamstring, Terrace Marshall with the knee, Andrew Makuba with the shoulder, Devontae Smith with the back, Nolan Smith with a concussion. Your limited is Jihad Campbell with a shoulder, Jalen Carter with a shoulder, AJ Dillon with a back, Cam Jurgens with a back. So the limited guys are practicing today, obviously. Got some big ones that aren't practicing for a second or third day. So that's pretty much your injury report for the 6th day of camp. Don't hear much about that corner they drafted. Who? Rob Jones and Tyler Guyton are the 2 guys. Damn, they got 3 guys injured. Is Robert Jones an offensive lineman? I have no idea. Is he? Yep, Guyton and Jones got hurt on the Cowboys. Are you saying there's 3 or 2 people? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the hell do you think is happening to Carson Wentz here? I have no idea. Like, what is that? He like filled his shirt with like Christ. I don't know what that is. That just popped up on my feed. I have no idea. Deshae, what's going on? Outside of Jr. is too handsy. I'm good. Purpose, the Cowboys couldn't finish last year with the East. The Giants have a very good DL. Cowboys offensive line, DL are both below average. I agree with that statement. The Giants defense should be really good. They got 2 really good edge rushers now. They're great. Got great DTs. Alfredo's a Bill safety. Maxwell Hairston is out for some weeks too, and the Broncos player has season ending. Damn. I think Mixon. What's his name? I know there's a running back that got hurt too, right? Is out. Jesus. Jones was never going to be the starter. It's going to be a Booker at right guard. Guyton is a huge loss. That sucks. Well, Guyton's only out for 4 to 6 weeks. It's not like he's, he's still his AC, his whatever it's called. It's still intact in his leg, so you're fine. But still, you're missing 4 to 6 weeks. Frank says Cowboys have too many Eagles on that offense. Wait till Dak is off, or they ain't faint the touches targets they want. Yeah, they got no. I think realistically, like, I don't think they can protect that quarterback. They can't protect him. What running back do they have? The running back from Texas I actually really like, but not as a number one guy. Miles Sanders. Who's the other running back they got last year coming off injury that has, he's like a low risk, high reward type move for them? Like, who do they have at running back that takes the pressure off Dak Prescott? Fucking nobody. Nobody. They got who they got? You got AJ Brown, the wide receivers. Seriously, who do they have? They got a tight end that they just signed. They got George Pickens. And what happens with Pickens is, that's what I'm talking about, though, bro. They have no long-term answer there. There's no long-term answer because that GM owner / whatever the fuck he's, that walking corpse of a man that he is, like, it's so dysfunctional. You have Jerry Jones talking shit at the podium before practice about his best player. Then his best player, Micah Parsons, is talking shit on the practice field about them not paying him. And I mean, it's so dysfunctional. Like, how do you, like, I don't even know, dude. I honestly have no freaking idea. Let's see. Tanner's put out from Dan Dugan. I don't know who this guy is. Who is this guy? Oh, he's part of the Athletic. He says, blunt commentary from Fangio on Adoree, having watched him for the past 4 years. The Giants found the right role for him last season. He was used almost exclusively on passing downs. He can still cover, but you don't want him as a consistent part of the run day. They say that now, and I'm not saying that. Look, I don't know if Adoree Jackson, like, look, if that's good and it's bad. It's bad because, maybe he's not great against the run, but we really need him to cover. I mean, that's the main thing. It's the main objective. But I don't know. I really don't know. Marshall has a knee injury. Jenkins a hamstring. Nolan Smith is out with concussion. Okay. All right, so we got a throw to Saquon Barkley here. A throw to Saquon. Dave said Dallas week at O-line will have a hard time protecting Dak in week 1. Week 1 might be the San Francisco playoff game from years back. Dallas will be playing their third string QB. You got a quarterback coming off a fucking injury on top of it, bro. And you just paid him off an injury. You know what I mean? It's just like the Cowboys. I haven't even thought about the Dallas Cowboys at all. They're so fucking irrelevant, and their fans want to make him so relevant. It's just crazy. Crazy. Jerry and the Sun Circus, this is what they want. Constantly talking about Cowboys. I hate it. The one thing I'll say is that both Pickens and CD are good run blockers. Yeah, you know what? I think Pickens is going to be a good weapon for them, but, like, you got, you know what I mean? Like, there's no protection. There's no run game. There's no pressure off Dak. The offensive line can't get pressure off Dak, and whatever running back they have is not going to take pressure off Dak. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, there's nothing, bro. Wouldn't have issues if Rodgers or Slayer were here. That's 100% true. You're not wrong on that. I mean, look, I mean, the Eagles took the shortcut and they said, you know what? We have Ringo in the building. We'll see what he does. And the only reason why Rodgers is gone is because they got a comp pick for him. That's the only reason why. You got a comp pick for Milton Williams. You got a comp pick for Milton Williams. You got a comp pick for Mekhi Becton. And you got a comp pick for Isaiah Rodgers. If there's a comp pick for next year, Howie Roseman's going to let that player walk and get paid somewhere else. It's unfortunate, but you got 13 picks for next year's draft. And I don't know, man. The Eagles, I guess it's only like, why? I mean, maybe there wasn't discussions of bringing Slay back for one more year. I know he got like $10 million for 1 year or something like that. So he got a big chunk of change. And he deserves it. Slay deserves it. I mean, as an Eagle, that was his best. I mean, besides, I think 22 is a good year, but he got targeted. He got targeted more in 22. Probably got targeted a lot more in 22. Because you would think that it's the opposite way around, but he got a lot. I think he had a lot more targets in 22 than he did this past year. Chris says, would have held on to one of them. Yeah, potentially, yeah. You're not wrong. Who will be the punt returner this season? Ainias Smith there. Ainias Smith right there. Adoree Jackson. Here it is. Hold on. We need a drum roll. Adoree Jackson with the starters again to begin the day. Now, this is the fourth time. The fourth time Adoree Jackson has started at cornerback, too. Okay. Now, he's playing on the left side today because Quignon is getting more reps on the right side. And everyone, I was happy that Fangio was like, yo, we're going to move Quignon around, shadow the number one receiver. It's good, but it's really fucking bad. So, realistically, you had two number one corners last year in Slay and Quignon Mitchell. You never had to move both of those guys. Now you're going to have to move him around because you got nobody that could match Slay's skill set at all, You got nobody. So Adoree Jackson, first one up for the day. And Sidney Brown's at safety as well. So Sidney Brown obviously is going to get safety reps. Makuba's not playing. I need to get this seltzer out of the fridge because I'm fucking thirsty as hell. Let me go get this seltzer real quick. Like, my fridge is right there. Like 2 seconds. I'm back. All right. I had to get a nice cold beverage because I'm thirsty as hell. I forgot to fill my water before the stream. So that's my fault. Okay, Adoree Jackson started. Good. Oh, here we go. Tanner, good looks. Jahad Campbell shoved Ben Van Sermon down to defend his block in the run game, and Van Sermon limped off the field. Looks like his left leg. Oh, my God. There we go. Fullback is over with. Fullback is over with now. Fucking damn it, dude. It never ends. Jahad Campbell is knocking everybody down. So, oh well. Damn. Left leg. That sucks. And he's I don't know if anyone else is playing fullback. I don't think so. I think Ben Van Sermon is the only guy that's playing fullback right now. Don't sleep on. I'm not sleeping. I'm waiting. I'm rooting for these guys. Josh says, wasn't Adoree ranked like top 5 in zone coverage last season? I honestly don't know. Josh said, bro, Jahad is a bully. He had a knee injury last year. I think he had an ACL, the week of the Baltimore game, Ben Van Sermon. That fucking sucks, dude. All right. So Eagles are so Jalen Carter participating in 11-on-11s for the first time this summer. Oh, nice. Because he's been limited. So he's been limited. Oh, yeah, he's off the limited report, so that's good. So he's finally in there. Damn, dude. Remember, it was like a month ago that Jeffrey Lurie wanted to revive the fullback position. Imagine them having a weapon at fullback in a West Coast style offense, which I think that's what they're going to be running under Patullo, with some single motion and things like that. I don't know if it's the same leg. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, bro. I wish I knew, but I'm not sure. Jihad, I might get your jersey. He's going to lay somebody out this year. James, at least we have the tush push. Fullback was part of the backup plan, and the tush push was banned. I still think they were going to use it this year because, honestly, Ben Van Simmeren is getting late ladder reps at linebacker. He's working with running backs. He's working with the linebackers still. I think they were going to still use it regardless. Frank says, good Lord. He's like, Jihad got to maybe go 50, 60%. The man is taking out all our starters. No, bro. All right, Keely Ringo is playing 11-on-11s with second-team defense. Adoree Jackson with first team. Okay, we already knew that. Ben Van Simmeren limping a little bit after getting manhandled by Jihad Campbell while lead blocking. Okay. I want to see a fucking video of that. I got to see a video of that. No, he wasn't carted off. He was limping off the field. He's not carted off. We're fine. We're fine. So maybe it's not bad. Let's just hope that he's going to stay out the rest of practice and just that's it. And maybe in a couple of days he'll feel better. Damn, bro. It's like you hate to see guys get like mandled by guys on the field, but let me tell you, man, it's almost as if like Campbell is just coming into his own right now in front of our eyes. He's just coming into his own. I think he'll be Chris says he'll be okay. I think he'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. Wow, give me shelter blaring at Eagles practice, and I'm here for it. Piggy ups to Sanders is just as good as Barkley. You heard it from Sanders himself. Yeah. What? You know. He thinks, he thinks he was on the same level, I guess. Damn. Jihad Campbell is like is a violent human being, and that's fine. I have no issue with it. I have no issue with that at all. The Eagles finally get defensive rookie of the year. That'd be fucking great. Kids, I'm calling it now. Jihad Campbell concusses Dak in week 1. You never know. Potentially. I mean, honestly, I don't want to see that, but, I don't want to see guys get, hurt or anything, but. Sanders won't make it past Campbell. No, he'll just try to run to the outside. He won't run between the tackles. Oh, he's gonna have something that's he's gonna come into Philadelphia like with some fucking revenge. When after that Super Bowl in 22, as soon as he got to the Panthers, they should have used me more. After not only dropping a fucking ball, not only fumbling a ball. I mean, seriously, like that guy literally had one good year. He had one healthy year. He's been hurt, and then he got to the Panthers, and by year 2, by year 2 with the Panthers, he was already like close to being a practice squad fucking running back by that time. Seriously. KDK said, what's frustrating is Keely Ringo competition. Adoree is equivalent in 23 Bradbury, which means he has no competition. He can't just straight up beat him out and make him look washed. Yeah. It's crazy because Bradbury just The difference is right now is that Adoree actually played well in coverage last year with the Giants when Bradbury gave up over like 800 yards receiving to receivers with the Giants before he came to Philadelphia in 22 and played really well, you know? You know what I mean? Jahad Campbell is getting reps off rushing off the edge with the twos right now. Something to monitor for sure. Oh, shit, bro. They're doing it. They're fucking doing it. They're doing it. They are doing it. They are taking, they're starting to put Campbell on the edge. They're starting to put him on the edge now. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying this, dude. Like, if say, all right, so Dean's obviously not going to be around for a bit, okay? If Zach Baun, Zach Baun's going to be the middle linebacker, obviously. If they want to put Trotter on the field, if they want Trotter to play and he's just playing too well in this offseason program, not saying he's a full-time starter, but now you could play Trotter and Baun and you could just move Jahad Campbell around the line and make these offensive lines nervous, make that quarterback nervous. Like how Micah Parsons will kind of pick a side, pick a weakness. You better have the best offensive line. You better have a good offensive line. You better have no injuries for that offensive line when the Eagles are moving guys around. Because I'm telling you right now, they will find that weakness and they'll fucking exploit it. They will exploit it. Mm-hmm. That's really good news. That's really good. I love that. That's great. It's what I want to hear. If Pittsburgh would release Slay, would you take him back? And do you think Philly would want him back for a cheaper price? Probably. Yeah. If Slay right now want to come back for like cheaper than 10 million for the year, I'd probably do it. Probably. Josh said Dory Jackson was ranked 8th in run defense among all corner last season. Well, I don't know why that guy said he was like really bad consistently against the run. Oh, 9th? No, Slay left on good terms, and he's fulfilled. He got, he's been with Philadelphia for a while. He's fulfilled it. He's fulfilled here. I think the Eagles, this is a youth movement in Philadelphia now. This is just, they know that they have Keely Ringo. There was rumors coming out as soon as the season was over that they were interested in signing a veteran corner, and they did that. Okay. And Adoree Jackson. So when these guys are fulfilled winning a ring, especially at an older age, let those guys go and get their money on those. Either if you're an older guy that gets a really big 1-year contract, or you're a guy going into his second contract that the Eagles just can't afford right now, and you want to go get paid like crazy somewhere else, let these guys feel fulfilled, keep drafting well, and we'll be good to go. As long as we're producing players, because the biggest problem with the Eagles has been, I have to give Fangio a lot of credit. A lot of OCs and DCs that go to other teams always bring players that they've coached in the past that were successful under them. Fangio literally took this roster, that these dire need of really good talent, and just took their talents and just they're flourishing now because the coaching is so good. You could draft well and get the best guy over by statistics in the draft, or sign a guy to big money or something like that. If you don't have the right coaches or assistant coaches that can help them produce on a consistent basis every single year, you know what I mean? That's been one of our biggest issues, really. The Eagles undrafted free agent Shandark Powell broke a long run against the third-team defense. Saquon ran down to Powell to give a rookie high five after the play. Yeah, Shandark Powell has been another running back. I think from at least a few days ago, he had a couple good runs as well. He's another one that's done pretty good. So not too bad. So from Brantley Gouton, it says, Ringo says at his best this summer, Keely Ringo has run routes better than the receivers he's defending. Just had a nice chance to get a pick, but couldn't make the contested grab. So good. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Mm-hmm. That's one of yours. So that's good. That's good. You have you have a cornerback that's literally guessing what that receiver is going to do. I don't know who he went against, but I mean, at least it's good news, you know. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so it says Hurts with a nice crosser, a crossfield throw to Goddard. Hey, fucking Dallas Goddard and Jalen Hurts have had a great offseason so far. They have been perfect in camp so far. I'm not even worried about that connection. Thank God Dallas Goddard came back. I'm not even worried about that connection. Ben Van Sermon is heading inside, went to the ground while trying to block Jod Campbell on a running play. Something to monitor. Ben Van Sermon is top fullback option on the roster. I don't know who the backup option. I don't think there is a backup option, on the roster. I'm not even really sure, to be honest with you. So that's good. Good news. Email says, yeah, we'll know week 1 if we have a CB2 issue. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Week 1 is perfect. You're facing 2 pretty good receivers that week, so. That's for sure. They didn't want to pay $10 million. Nah, not for the year. No, not for Slay. What's up with APR? He's not getting any reps. I haven't heard his name. Should be getting reps, probably. I mean, he's not doing anything, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on, to be honest with you. I can't wait for Smits to get back to really challenge these cornerbacks. Yeah, I mean, not having Devontae Smith out there is definitely hurting the competition a little bit, but I think they'll be fine. I mean, it always helps for them too to be there. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. So Dory Jack stays with the second team unit when they go against the first team offense. Okay. More looks for Fangio to see him against the ones. Okay. All right. So it seems like they're giving Adoree Jackson a lot of work, a lot more work. So he played with first team, now playing with second team. Now second team will go against the first team offense, from what it looks like. I just saw a... All right, here we go. Oh, Small Munden's back from his illness. I forgot. So a strong day for Small Munden Jr. so far. He blown up multiple rushing attempts. Eagles have multiple off-ball linebackers playing well. What a concept, isn't it? Small Munden is I think an average size linebacker, runs really good sideline to sideline. He's quick. I mean, he's explosive, especially playing downhill. He's really explosive. He's fucking another Georgia guy. Small Munden coming back from an illness. He was out the last couple of days with an illness, so just sick. Nothing you could do about it. It happened. So the whole linebacker core is fucking doing excellent. Jod Campbell is laying people out the last couple of days. Trotter Jr. is having probably a fantastic, above average, fantastic camp so far. Putting him at the green dot, playing him off ball. I mean, coverage, and now you have Small Munden coming back, and look what he's doing against the run right now. It's crazy. Very good, very good. What did you say? The whole offense needs to wear a red jersey so Jahad Campbell don't hit them. Does AJ Dillon make the team? 100% he does, yes. APR not ready yet. Eagles pretty deep. Oh, well, they are deep on the edge. There's no doubt. I mean, they got too many bodies there. That's a tough competition for Antoine Powell Ryland. Huge, tall order with Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, Azeez Ojulari, Joshua Uche, that 30-year-old Ogbo that they signed literally a few days before camp. A lot of competition there, no doubt. So, okay, somebody tell Jahawi he hurt the other team, not your teammates. Man, he's gonna. Oh man, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be real good. All right, Jahad Campbell just pursued someone in tackle, rolling up on wide receiver Giles Jackson, who was engaged in blocking. Might need to reel the rookie in a bit. Jalen Carr taking team first reps for first time in camp. Wow, great day. This is a great day by a good amount of players today. Really good. He's getting around. I mean, Jahad Campbell is, I mean, whether it's a run or whatever they're doing in the backfield, he's getting around blocks. He's doing good, doing really, really well. I'm really fucking happy, man. I mean, we just got a couple little things to really fix, and I think they'll be good. Be good to go. I feel like there will be some growing pains during the season. Like that beginning of number one, the beginning, besides the Cowboys game, that beginning of your schedule is fucking, it's tough, man. I mean, you got like 4 playoff teams you're facing. The be weeks 2 to fucking 5. I mean, it's a tough few weeks there. It's definitely a tough few weeks there, straight out of the gate, where the Eagles necessarily don't play well coming off of, really knocking. They have to knock the rust off because, these starters aren't playing much in these preseason games. They're not playing much, I don't think so. More updates here. All right, tight end EJ Jenkins is sidelined with a hamstring injury. Okay, we already knew that. Harris Marshall is listed as within the. I don't know why he's reporting that now. Practice already started. We hear about this way before what's going on. You see, with Campbell Carter going to be wreaking havoc on QBs for years to come. I'm excited for Jalen Carter. I'm really excited for Jordan Davis. I mean, no one's talking about Jordan Davis, but I think his pass rush is going to look better. I think his motor is going to be a lot better. His stamina is going to be a lot better. He's going to be able to take more steps this year. And the last practice that they had, I think for the 5th practice, I mean, Jordan Davis deflected, and I think he had a sack at practice. So, heard the head. What's going on? So, good morning, Shakes. How are you, man? I'm doing good. How are you doing? All right? Everything good? All right, so you have Jalen Carter versus Darian Kennard. Jalen Carter, Darian Kennard, who's gonna win? I think we all know, but I'm hoping Darian Kennard does something at guard. I really do. This right guard position is still another one. I think it will be figured out by middle of preseason. It'll be figured out. I can't talk today. So we should be good. Good to go, my friend. We got 137 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Cover the Eagles every single day. And make sure you hit the like button because it helps out tremendously. Appreciate it so much from everybody being here today for the 6th. The 6th day of Eagles training camp. Only shoulder pads and shorts today, but they're acting like they got full pads on right now. So pretty much, pretty damn much, I think they are. If you guys haven't joined my official Discord server, go check it out. Talk to Eagle fans every day, the community. Best way to reach me in general. Join the Discord. Really trying to build it up. We got a good, I think we have 280-something, 70-something members in the Discord or something like that. Definitely check it out. Go join. Pick your team. And, yeah, I have Discord open on my computer pretty much on my second monitor all day, every day. So I'm usually putting updates on there. And everything like that, especially when I'm streaming and things like that. And, we do video chats per week for 15, 20 minutes and things like that. So definitely join the Discord if you have it. Appreciate it. EC wants to Philly right now, live star streaming. I'm switching. No, you're good. I get it. Everybody's streaming. Everybody's streaming during this time every day. So, I get it. But shit, Jahan Dotson today, fantastic. Ringo showing some improvement. running the route for the receiver, and would have got a pick today. I wish he got the pick. It would have made it more exciting, but I'm glad he did pretty good. Derek Powell, the running back, fantastic long run today. A nice high five by Saquon Barkley. Fantastic. Small Munden on multiple downhill run stuffs. I mean, yeah, this linebacker core is dominating pretty well. Dominating pretty well today. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. I like it, though. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Are concerned about Devontae Smith not practicing with back? No. Concerned? No. It's precautionary. Come on. Zach Bond has a bruise on his back, and they're not practicing him. They're very protective. They're not trying to they don't want to play guys that are sore, and Devontae Smith can miss a couple practices. He's not gonna die. He's not gonna, lose all his skill set in 2 days. We need to calm down a little bit. We'll be fine. We'll be good to go. Good to go. Let's see. The Eagles may have to dial it back for Jahad Campbell. Aggressive every play, even after the play. Good thing, but he needs to be. I mean, it's like I get it, dude, but the fucking guy is a first-round pick. As long as the players don't have issues and they're not fighting with him, who cares? Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? If he was getting into fights with fucking 2-3 people today on 3 different plays, then I would say it's an issue of maybe he's being overly aggressive after the play. But if no players are having an issue with Jahad Campbell, I'm not really making a big deal about it. Not making a big deal about it at all. None at all. He needs to be controlled. He needs to, come on. Fucking get the fuck out of here with that shit. He needs to be controlled. Yeah, well, obviously the coaches aren't making a big deal about it. Coaches aren't making a big deal about it, so I'm not going to make a big deal about it. Why would I make a big deal about it? Jesus. You want these guys to play football or fucking or ballet in front of you, twirl in fucking circles 20 times? What do you want? What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? I don't know. Kind of crazy. I just think that's fucking funny, honestly. I think that's hilarious. I think that's actually hilarious. I mean, what do you expect him to do? You got to let him play. Got to prove himself, As long as he's not, look, if the players don't have an issue, no issue at all. If he's having 3-4 fights of practice, okay, there's a problem. But he's not. Perfectly fine. He's fucking hungry. He plays extra aggressive, and if that's his play, then that's his play. Two-hand touch for Campbell. AC Pitt says he's trying out for a spot. Eagles need that dog and kid. They really do, man. They really do. Realistically, if Brian Dawkins was in his prime playing for the Eagles right now, you know how much shit people would say about him in a negative fashion? People only praise him for what he was in football, but if there was a player that acted like him pregame and acted like him during the game, if Brian Dawkins was on this roster on this day, playing for us right now at a young age, he'd be joked on for that shit. He'd be joked on for it. He's putting on the work. He needs to get in. I know. I don't know what you expect him to do. they really need to hold him. They really need to dial it back. I mean, oh, too much. He needs to be controlled. Like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Seriously. You've been around a long time. He's being too aggressive at practice. Fucking who gives a shit? You think Jalen Carter isn't aggressive at practice? Jalen Carter, we know how Jalen Carter is during games. I know he doesn't do half the shit that he does in practice, but you think he's gonna tone it back a notch? Because come on now, let's be realistic here. Yeah, I know YouTube does that. I think it's my settings. It's my settings. I have to turn them off. It's for like negative. It's like for like bad words and stuff. So, is that news true, Frank? Dawkins ain't done yet. He owns part of the Eagles now. Is that true? No, the reporter was Jeff Kerr. The reporter was Jeff Kerr that did that right here. What's his? Is it like is that official? I'm not seeing anything else. ATP, I want to have a body count for every Sunday he plays. Oh man, that's gonna be hilarious, bro. Let's see here. It's no updates yet. Let me check the regular stuff to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I mean, this is what Fangio said. I do see him making small strides every day. I think he'll be what we had hoped he would be. And yeah, that's what he's going to become. He's going to become like it's literally Jalen Carter as a linebacker. I mean, it's Jalen Carter in linebacker form, but probably as bad, as violent or worse. One or the other. You know? I'm not seeing anything else since 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. Right. All right, see what we got here. Jalix Hunt. Oh, here we go. Jalix Hunt with a sack of Hurts and 11 on 11. They can the play continued, though, when Hurts made a sick throw to Dotson over the middle for about 20-ish yards. All right, so it was a sack, but they still let the play go through the pass. Like that's the shit that you have to deal with in camp. So they're gonna still let these quarterbacks throw regardless. But Jalix Hunt with a sack was nice. Nice added right there. There you go. There you go. Yes, the Lord. What's going on, man? So when it comes to Campbell, easy to dial it down than ramp it up. What do you want? What do you want the fucking guy to do, bro? What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? I don't get it. Oh, it's not true? I heard people talking about it, like in the I think on social media about it. DC one said we drafted him to be its own set. Remember 23 to 49ers, how they had two linebackers that popping the Eagles players, especially good. We hope our defense could be that type of afraid and scared. Oh, they're gonna look a lot more scary with this linebacker. This linebacker core it's so crazy to say, like from years and years of just like really ignoring this fucking position for a while. They really they look deep at this position, and they look very violent at this position. They look really good. Really fucking good. Might have like 4 good linebackers right now. 4. Pretty good ones. So. All right. So it says Fangio, Vic Fangio won more base reps to see Cooper DeJean challenge at safety. Got one just now in 11 versus 11. Jalen Hurts completed an out to Grant Calcaterra along the left sideline for a first down with DeJean closing late. More practice for DeJean. So, it's a new position he's in right now. So when he's playing base, where he's the safety there, and that's fine. The only way you're going to get this, this is the time to make the mistakes you're going to make. The players could have time to make mistakes right now, and that's the truth. Plenty of time to make mistakes. It's a pretty good fucking day today. Pretty good day. I ain't gonna lie. Heard a lot of good things. Ringo, good day. Something positive. That's all I'm looking for. Howard says, remember when San Francisco pumped us at the shore up this linebacker group. I just don't want to have another corner problem this year. That's all, because that's at least that's been one of our biggest weaknesses for so many years, man. Finally got Quignon in the building. Thank God it was by Slay's side all last year. Learned from him, got better every single game, and just had so much fight playing in every game, rookie or not. Crazy. So it is 11:13. They might have another 10, 15 minutes of practice, maybe less. We'll see. We will see. But tweets are coming out really slow right now. Really slow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's going to be the end of practice soon. I already know it. Unless this is going on for another, I don't know. I don't know. Fred, let's be honest. The only reason we have invested in great good linebackers is because Fangio is what he wasn't here. I doubt we addressed the linebacker core still. Maybe. I wouldn't say that 100% because even Fangio. Does Fangio have final say on specific players? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. I think part of it is Jalen Hurts. I think part of it is drafting from SEC schools. I think part of it is how he's woken up a little bit. I don't think it has. I think there's somewhat to do with the coaches, but realistically, I think Howie has really turned a new leaf. I really do. He's extending running backs to big money. He's signing running backs to big money. The Eagles haven't had a 3-down running back since LaShawn McCoy, and Saquon Barkley has just been amazing. And linebackers, they've invested in linebacker, but they've invested in it in the past the wrong way. Either they play a guy that they know is bad, but he's a veteran player with some veteran favoritism and just let the guy play it out and just play horrible, or they sign an older veteran to that position and just not going to do enough. But they're actually signing guys like Zach Bond came out of nowhere. I think we all know that, but they're actually putting a lot of draft compensation into that position now, which is awesome. All we could hope for it, and it's paying off. So I think there's more to it than just Fangio. I think Howie is really. I think we have to give credit to Howie Roseman for that too. Lowell said we have to remember we have been the same defense that stopped Mahomes. Yeah, look, every year every team loses players. You can't pay everybody, but you got to draft well, and you have to produce them when they get to camp really good. That's what it comes down to. You draft well, you produce those players, you get them to second contracts, and you're fucking golden. EC wants his Daniel says back. Bam, he gets rocked at Jihad Camel balls and out and returned by Ball and touch. Yeah, that'd be fucking cool. He'll get rocked this year, no doubt. The Shavers, what's going on? Says Hurts, CJ Smitty, and Saquon's contracts are all up at the same year. That's crazy. Really? Huh? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. That's like, well, that's a lot down the road. We got time on that. We got a lot of time on that. You know, Saquon could retire by that time. Probably retire by that time. That's scary though. That is scary to think about. But we have a lot of time before that happens. These seasons go really quick, you know. So the second team wide receiver Darius Cooper got ahead of Keely Ringo across the field and snagged a downfield catch along the sideline. Yeah, I don't know. They've used Adoree Jackson a lot more today. They've put Adoree Jackson on first team, and they had him on second team facing the first team. And then they had Ringo come in and have a half good day so far and a half bad day. So dang, I got some notifications. There we go. We got an interception here. Hurts intercepted in a 2-minute situation drill. Pass looked to sail on him over the middle of the field and was picked off by Eli Ricks. Oh, Eli Ricks. He exists. He exists. Nice. Good shit. Eli Ricks picks off Hurts. Overthrow over middle. Damn. Overthrow to Dallas Goedert, it looks like. Interesting. Second training camp interception comes courtesy of Eli Ricks, surprisingly working in the starting defense during a red zone situational period. Jalen Hurts overthrew Saquon Barkley on a Texas route, and Ricks was there to make the grab. There you go. Second interception in 6 practices so far. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's funny how the first thing that was said about Ringo is he ran the route for the receiver and dropped an interception. But it wouldn't tell us who he faced. And then it tells us when he's playing bad and who he's playing against. Darius fucking Cooper? Who? It's funny that who did he run the route for earlier? Who did he run the route for? Seriously. There we go. McKee with an awesome deep throw to Elijah Cooks. Pass was perfectly thrown to the corner of the end zone. Nearly was a touchdown, but dropped. Tough catch. Damn. I mean, like, look at Elijah Cooks, man. I mean, yeah, he dropped a really tough catch, but fuck, I mean, he's every day he's doing something. Jesus. But the first, I gotta go find it. At his best summer, Keely Ringo has run routes better than the receiver he's defending. Just had a chance to get a pick, but couldn't make the contested grab. Well, who is it? But you're not even saying who the receiver is. It's almost like I feel like I'm not saying that there's lies going around, but what if like somebody's like just tweeting this out just to tweet it out? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you, to the people that follow you on your X account that covers camp, why wouldn't you tell them who the fuck he's facing? You know what I mean? And then he gets shit on across not even across the field, not not vertically, not him turning his hips that much. You're talking about a slant pass or whatever it is, you know. Oh, well, Eli Rick's getting reps in the slot today with the first team defense. Interesting. Haven't heard Mac McWilliams today. Johnny Wilson has had a rough start to training camp. Maybe it was Johnny Wilson. Maybe it was Johnny. Keely Ringo with a nice pass break. Oh, here we go. Keely Ringo with a nice pass break on a throw to Wilson. Would have been a touchdown. I'm confused. Now I'm just confused. I'm confused now. All right, so all right. So this must be another pass then. So Ringo, yeah. Johnny Wilson got stopped by Mac McWilliams and he's 5'10". Man, Johnny Wilson not looking good. Damn, that sucks. I'm kind of shocked that he's like doing this bad. No, Ringo had he got beat by Darius Cooper on a slant or something across the field up the sideline. And he just defended Johnny Wilson in the end zone. So that's good. So he's been up down today. That's it. That's it. There we go. Jordan Davis gets a sack on Jalen Hurts to end first team red zone drills. Brett Toth was in for Landon Dickerson at left guard. Oh, Jesus. Well, no wonder he beat him. Brett Toth is that guy can't play center. The guy can't play. I never talk about Brett Toth because he's absolutely horrible. Guy can't snap at center. Guy can't play guard. Shit. Eagles practice ends after 80 minutes with Jordan Davis sack on Hurts. The defense had another strong day. That's a wrap of number of 6. That's that for day 6 of Eagles camp. Okay. I mean, an up-down. Look, I'd rather have an up-down day from Ringo than just having a bad day. So I'm guessing I'll take it as a positive for now. But like I said, only the 6th day. We haven't even been through a week of camp. Yet. So Johnny Wilson struggling. So to kind of go through the day so far, from really the start of everything today. So we had Nakobe Dean was looking pretty good out there. No Makuba. We went through the injury report, blah, blah, blah. Avery Williams getting work at punt returner. DeJean getting work at punt returner. Michael Clay saying Cooper DeJean as the punt returner, probably not, but adds if he wants to do it, he can. So their plan is to not really use him, but I think they want to keep him as an emergency special teamer, most likely, than what they're doing. Ben Van Sermon ended up getting hurt with a leg injury because Jahad Campbell is just being too extra. I mean, it is what it is, but he made some crazy plays today. Derek Powell, running back, showing that extra gear of speed, long run today. Saquon Barkley celebrating with him. Jalen Carter participating on first team on 11-on-11s today for the first time, which is great. We got that tweet from Brandley Gouton about Keely Ringo has run routes better than receivers he's defending. Just had a chance to get a pick, but couldn't make the contested grab. So don't know who it's against, but he almost got a pick. Okay. Keely Ringo played second team. Adoree Jackson with first team. Adoree Jackson's 4th day starting over Ringo. And then Adoree actually split. Well, I don't think he split with Ringo. I think they put Adoree on second team as well to play the first team. Small Munden, multiple rushing attempts, blew the play up multiple times, and he missed 2 days of practice. Linebackers look great. Jahad Campbell pursued someone and tackle, rolling up on Giles Jackson, who was engaged in blocking. Might need to reel the rookie in a bit, you know. It's been pretty good. Jalix Hunt had a sack today. Darius Cooper beat Ringo across the field, down the sideline, along the sideline. Hurts interception, an overthrow to Dallas Goedert. Eli Rick started in the slot with first-team defense, which is really good, so that's great. They want to use, I guess, Cooper DeJean a lot more at safety today. You know. Jordan Davis gets a sack and I think red zone drills against Brett Toth that was in for Landon Dickerson. So he got beat pretty fucking easily. Not surprised over that. So, I mean, that's your day. That's your whole day. So I think it was definitely more of a positive day today, especially for Ringo. I think more of a positive day, up and down, but still, there's still positives coming from it. It's not just he's getting beat the whole entire practice, or he's not going against AJ Brown the whole entire practice. You know, I would like to see more of that because I want Ringo to get one on AJ Brown if he can. You know, let's see. Practice over. Another win for the defense, especially in the situational team at the end. Jalix Hunt and Jordan Davis ended it with a sack on Jalen Hurts. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. That's where we're at. Day 6. Ready to go. And, yeah, I mean, I can't even complain about today. I can't complain about it today. You know? But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's the 6th day. So I think it was definitely, like I said, well, as a report, it's a strong day for the defense, another strong day for the defense. I think we saw a lot of productivity today. You know, they only had shoulder pads and helmets on, but still they're playing like they got full pads on at this point. They're allowing this much physicality at practice that I don't know what to tell you. And yeah, I mean, we're looking pretty good. We'll see what happens. I'll have a lot to say about this practice going into this video for tomorrow. So I usually upload videos pretty early, like 4 a.m., something like that. So you'll see it nice and early before we have our next training camp. I'll be live streaming tomorrow for training camp. Make sure you hit the like button. Helps out tremendously. And if you're new, definitely subscribe and cover the Eagles every single day. Appreciate the super chats, all the comments, all the great stuff today. I appreciate it so much. And we'll be ready for day 7, which would be a full week of Eagles training camp. You guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, file slide. Peace out, guys. Peace. Peace.